Hello everybody. The old race car alarm clock is not firing on all cylinders, so it needs to go into the shop. See, it's 3:30. I can set the minutes, no problem, but the hour, that's not doing anything. So we've got to take it out to the shop and try to fix it. I've never taken this apart, but I'm sure it won't be too bad. Let's get into it. I didn't hit record on my camera, but I got this cover off, just a series of screws. Now I am taking this cover off to get to the buttons. And, okay, I see the problem. All these little rubber pieces have gone bad. So I'll have to see what I can do to make this work. In the hoard I had an old remote control for some long ago gone device, and I believe it has something that will work. Those pads are about the same size. So what I'm thinking is I'm going to cut those buttons out and glue them onto these buttons and see if I can get the buttons to respond. Well, it's going, but it's putting up a fight. Some of these wires started breaking off because this board's just toast. And partly to do because this capacitor here blew out and leaked its stuff all over the board and corroded it. Don't know how this thing worked at all, but I had to do some handiwork there and bridge some of the traces that were corroded off. Now back to the original problem, which was the buttons were not making contact anymore. Let's see if my idea works with those remote control buttons. That should be the hour. Look at there, that works. This should be the minute. How about that? So my plan is to glue those buttons on the board with hot glue. I may have to trim down the top of the buttons. I don't know how the clearance is going to work out yet, but that just goes to show even a junk remote control is good for something. Well, it's a few minutes later. I've got these buttons hot glued to the circuit board. Let's see how they work. That alarm light is staying on, but I don't guess that's too big of a deal. Main thing is I can set the clock. There are so many traces screwed up in here. Let's see if the AM and PM. Okay, AM and PM works. There's the alarm. Set the alarm, but I just wanted it mainly where I could set the time again, so it was mostly a success. Now I can put it back together and see if it'll work. Well, let's see if we can get this thing reassembled. Trim those buttons just a little bit. That's what I figured I would have to do. Yeah, it's going back together a little better now. I've got one screw that's stripped out, so I've got to figure out something I can use there, which might be this one right here. And then I'm going to go in there and test it. See how it reacts. That board's so jacked up there, that's probably why some of the display doesn't quite work right. Back in here, you can see the display going, 12 o'clock. We'll set the time, see if it'll set. Not exactly. Do a little more trimming on them. There's the sleep timer. There's the alarm. Okay, we'll continue working on it till it's right.